Hello everybody, it's your boy Muse, and you know what time it is. It's time to talk about 4.3 banner must pulls, okay? So, we are going, you know what, let's keep Mortonak's Blade for last, because he is the main event, while everybody else is a rerun, and he's the only one here. So, let's go to Yao Guang. Now, listen everybody. If you are pulling for Elation, Yao Guang is valid. I'm not going to say she's a must pull because honestly, outside of Elation, you have better options. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, I've even tried putting Yao Guang on my Archer team. I did not see significant changes. In fact, I just wanted my Cypher back. What was this woman doing on our team? When it comes to Yao Guang, she is valid, but she is a must pull for Elation. But it's for Elation, and there's even talks of people skipping Elation. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, even though I have my Evanescea and I love my Evanescea, I don't even see her as worth pulling, to be honest. I could have just went about my day. In fact, I could have saved for Blade. But more on that later. Next we have Cyrene, and when it comes to Cyrene, if people think that Treeby is a must pull, Cyrene is also a must pull, because Treeby is great at E1, but Cyrene gives you the buffs that Treeby would have given you at E1, at E0. And Cyrene's is good up until E2, and Cyrene's good if you have any Chrysos heirs. Now, am I telling you to pull Cyrene at this very moment? If you do not have Chrysos heirs, no. If you do not already have a Cyrene, no. Especially if you're going to pull her for the likes of Casterus, no, and I will explain why soon. Let's just get through our boy here. Now, when it comes to Phynom, I swear, there's going to be that one person in the comments that's like, male hater, male hater. Guys, be honest with me. Throughout version 4, what clears have we been seeing? Full Remembrance Team, yes. Of course, Elation Shilling, yes. Especially if we're talking Silver Wolf. I would even say Sparksy. Yes. Dot. Dot is going crazy. Yes. Firefly, there's a resurgence of Firefly. And then you would finally reach Kevin Kazlana over here. Finally. And that's a big maybe if you see him, right? I put him in valid because he's one of those DPSs with a special ult, and as long as there are characters being released that point towards him, he's gonna be good, but he's not showing off as much as he used to. He's disappearing. Dot is doing more than him right now. Dot! And this is not me hating on Fine. In fact, he's more valid than Yeguang over here. But, and this is coming from someone who's gonna be hunting down Yeguang's light cone. But I'm playing an Evanescea team. Now, with Finding, I would say do not invest in that, man. I mean, for the Finding Havers, same with the Cyrene, right? I would not say pull on these characters right now if you don't have them. I would say continue pulling on, like, version 4 characters. But for the ones that do, if you have Eidolons or Light Cones that you need to go after, go ahead. Get them. Like for me, I need to pick up Cyrene up to E2. However, because I'm going to go after her Light Cone and I only have 19 pulls to my name, I'm not going to be able to get her E1 or 2, okay? I'm just going to have to leave it at that. Sure, I'll throw everything I have left at her, but I'm most likely not getting this woman. And for anyone who has Casterus and you're sitting here like, or picked up Casterus recently, and you're sitting here like, well, I need Cyrene. I have to pick up Cyrene. Come closer. Let me talk to you. There's this magical man named Blade, right? And guess what? Guess what? He scales off HP. Another thing. He drains his HP. Honestly, because of how generalist Blade is, he's gonna revive your Acheron. You can replace Cyrene with Blade on a casterist team. Like, you can get your Blade, Evernight, Hyacinth, and it still works with casters. Which is wild. This man is apparently Cypher and Treeby fused together. And I would put Cypher and Valid, Treeby and Must Pull, but honestly guys, I'm going to be real with you. I only put Treeby and Must Pull because of majority rules. I really think Treeby's a valid person, because if you have to go to E1 to make her a Must Pull, I don't really call that a Must Pull. Anyways, moving on. To be honest, Treeby is just the new level Ruanmei until you get the E1. Anyways, moving on. So, because of everything, he helps follow-up teams. I feel like he just helps follow-up teams that actually does a lot of follow-ups. That's why he's going to help Ashvale. He's going to revive Acheron. In fact, any Nihility that does ultimate damage that you just want to buff up real quick, bam, Blade's your guy. I almost wanted to put him together with Archer, but then I heard Cypher's little ult collection does better than putting Blade next to Archer. I mean, it's about even, but Cypher still wins out in the end, so I'm gonna just keep Cypher, because I already have her, and I would like to save. And this sucks, because I would love Blade. Do you know how badly I wanted the Wind Blade? But now, there's no point in... I mean, yes, I could put him in my 50-50 lost pool, but why would I do that when I have other people that already have Eidolons in my 50-50 lost pool? And then there's this Blade, and I was sitting here like, yes, I want this Blade so much. Yes, please. And he helps Acheron mains. I don't have Acheron. I'm a Firefly main. Why? I mean, can I sneak him into a Firefly? Anyways. So yes, for all my Blade wanters, you have my blessings. He's apparently just better Welt. That's it. He's better Welt, and for some reason, he's like a generalist support. You could build him to be a hyper carry. I think you'll need Eidolon investments for that. But honestly, he's a good sub DPS support. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna put Blade in the must pull. Now, the only issue I have with Blade is he is his generalist style, right? Because what I've noticed with Cypher can be a sub DPS to anyone. Now, luckily for her, I have Archer, and I'm not gonna move her just yet. But whenever I think about moving her off my Archer team, because I did have Yao Guang for a bit, who was teamless, so I put her together with Archer, I sat down and realized, wow, Cypher, I have nowhere to put you. However, when it comes to other generalists, there's Ruanmei, and Ruanmei is perfectly fine. Hold on, let's see, where's my woman? Whenever I took Ruanmei, like, if I wasn't gonna use Break, right? Whenever I use Aglaya and Evernight, I would have Ruanmei sit with Evernight, because Evernight can out-damage anyone anyways. So I would put Cyrene on Aglaya's team, because Aglaya actually needs the help. And it works out. So yes, there are cases where you're having a generalist support is great. Heck, I even used Bronya this whole time with my Ruanmei instead of going after Sunday just to save pulls. And I was fine throughout version 3. So there are times when a generalist support is solid, and especially if your account is new or you are very frugal with your pulls, then yeah, generalist is great. But outside of that, when I was sitting down and thinking of my account, where could I throw Blade? I don't have an Acheron that needs reviving, so no need for that. I don't have an Ash Veil. I do have Fei Xiao. Would I like to revive my Fei Xiao? Sure. But it doesn't look like Blade does all that much for Fei Xiao. Even Ash Veil, he doesn't do all that much for Fei Xiao. It kind of feels like Ash Veil just takes over the team. And I don't want a new person to take over the team. I want someone to help out my Fei Xiao, like how the Dahlia helped my Firefly. Now the question is, should I pull for anyone in the current banner? Let's get the roster ready real quick. You heard me say Blade is a must pull, and you said, nah, I don't want it. You heard me say Cyreni's a must pull if you already have Cyrene, if you already have some Chrysos heirs and you want to get Eidolons on Cyrene, do not get her Light Cone. You could just use the Herder Shop. You will be fine. And you said, nah, don't care. You heard me talk down on Finan, and you believed me. So you said, nah, I don't want that. You said, I am skipping Elation. I don't want to play Elation. I already have a bad taste from Remembrance. Alright, so let's see if you should pull on anyone here in the current banner before they leave. I am sticking to what I said about Evanescia. She is just the coverage. Listen, when I built up my Evanescia and took her out onto the field, I was unimpressed. Now, this could be because she does not have her full team yet, which is fine, but still unimpressed. Because, yo, you're my Elation girl. You're supposed to go into Elation Shield content and conquer. She did okay. I really could have just stuck with Aglaya. That's like, she got one extra star against the Knight. Now, she did get a better score later on, but still. The fact that my Aglaya, first try, could manage to get a star for me, and then I use Evanescia first try, and they managed to do the same thing. Evanescia barely skated by getting that second star. And then I improved her build just a little bit, and after playing with her a little more and getting used to her, I see some improvement, but not much, especially versus the big boss of AA. Both Aglaya and Evanescia are just getting me 1 star, and this is Elation Shield. Now, there might be some of you out there that are getting way better scores, and might think, well, nah, your Evanescia sucks, not mine. So, if that's true, go ahead and sound off in the comments. Make sure that Evanescia wanters will be Evanescia havers, okay? But I was an Evanescia wanter, still love my Evanescia. I'm still building her to this day, trying to make sure she's as perfect as my Aglaya and Evernight. But, yeah, she is just a coverage. I hope Silverwolf is doing way more than her. Next we have Sunday, and I will say, listen, Sunday is a coverage. Okay, well, because he's support, he's up here. Sunday is a coverage. I just told you, if you have Bronya, you could save your pulls. However, if you truly need that crit and energy, if you truly just want to make your life easier, pull on Sunday. But I'm not going to say he's valid. He's a coverage. Because we literally got Sparkle for free, and I think it's still ongoing right now. You can literally have a Sparkle for free. Bronya's in your 50-50 lost pool. You can literally pull a Ruan Mei with a Golden Companion Spear. So many options of getting Harmony units, and yet you still decided to waste all your pulls on Sunday? I think not. Next, there's Treeby, and I'm going to put her behind Cyrene because, like I told you, Treeby's great at E1. The only reason I put her up here is because I feel like the mob would come after me if I put her right there. Anyways, because to me, Treeby is equivalent to like an E1 or 2 Ruan Mei. But then once you finally get that E1, then Treeby's actually great. But guess what? You're going backwards if you're going after Treeby right now. Blade's right there. So yes. And then, okay, I don't think she's a brick because I think you can Ash Veil. You can grab Ash Veil for her. You can grab Blade for her. All I'm saying is Cypher's not doing enough right now for her. Topaz is dying in a ditch somewhere. But Ash Veil, alright? If you got an Ash Veil, yes, you can go ahead and pull a facial, but honestly, she's too much investment to be saving right now, okay? Is she even doing great against big bosses? Is Ash Veil even saving her career that much? Sound off in the comments if Ash Veil is actually saving Facial's career, or no, even though we love our woman Facial, and I love Facial, guys. This is not me talking trash about Facial. I don't even want to talk trash about Facial. I want my Facial to be great, but it's too much investment. So yeah, those are my thoughts. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and hit the like button. If I want the 50-50 to your hearts, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, you don't have to do either of those things. I just appreciate you for showing up. Good night.
See you later, too.